Minus pause. Button. Record. Stop. iPhone microphone.
Well, hello guys.
Home. Recorder HQ. Messages.
It's
Notes. Calendar. Thursday the 2nd of January.
2nd of January.
Clock. 7:21 p.m.
And it's
Notes.
7:21 p.m. at night, and I'm going to spend the next hour being really stupid, just to have some fun for the second day of the new year, and nothing's going to really start up until next week, which is pretty stupid. I need the plan manager to reimburse me for upwards of 160, 70, 80, 90, 200, about $220. I need $220 back desperately, because I can't talk about all of my financial details, but everybody, well, not everyone, because a lot of people say, oh, don't use Afterpay, where you buy something now and every 2 weeks your purchase is paid off by 25%. So you spend $50 and $25, you spend $50 and $15 is taken out of your main spending account, and every 2 weeks you get $15 deducted from your pension account back onto your Afterpay card. So a lot of people use Afterpay, but some people have said, no, I can't use it, blah, 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 and I'm like, well, okay, I use Afterpay. So even though I can't go into all of my details on here, because it's private information, I can say that getting $220 back will help me top up my Afterpay service much better than if I don't have the $220. Yeah, which I'm quite pissed actually, because I've had to extend a stupid mobile phone bill. I have to wait till the start of February to actually set up a medical insurance fund. I am not happy about that at all. And then I can claim, I've got a receipt for acupuncture. When I set up a health insurance fund, I can then claim back a fair bit of that. Well, I think it's 80% of the money. It's similar to a Medicare rebate, but you get back most of, sometimes all of your money back. And if I'm sent off to the PA hospital to get some checks done, I can thankfully use my current plan manager's online platform really, really well. So I can just have stuff sent to my email address. If I'm well enough, which I usually am, I can get on there and say, hey guys, look at me, dude. I'm not freaking out over putting up a photo of whatever receipt and proof of appointment and all this crap onto the platform. And then I can write to my plan manager and say, I'm blind and I can do certain things on the website, but communicating full on with the NDIS is too hard. Because parts of the NDIS platform are not accessible. So I would want the plan manager to do certain things on my behalf because of lack of accessibility with the NDIS. But with this current plan manager, even though they're slow, they're better than everyone else I've tried, even though they're quite slow. And today I messed around with my fridge. I moved one of the shelves up higher because the bottom shelf, with the bottom shelf, I couldn't fit a water jug in the fridge, and I desperately wanted cold water because I was getting overheated, starting to feel sick, getting a massive headache that was not a normal migraine headache. It was like a heat stroke one, which is still a headache, but it comes on differently, and I thought I was going to end up in the hospital tonight. So I made my water nice and cold, and I've cooled off my body. Even though the weather's hot, I'm able to keep my body nice and cool now. I nearly got in the shower, but I thought, oh, if I get in there I might be okay, but I needed to drink water and also not pass out. So I felt that it was safer to get cold water rather than jump in the shower, even though I can get in the shower later tonight because I feel a bit better than I did 2 hours ago. So that's all sorted, and today I found my wireless Bluetooth keyboard, so I can do a lot of stuff with it. I obviously can't play blindfold games using the keyboard. I have to touch my phone and swipe my fingers over the screen to do the gestures, but I can do chat messages and all of that with the Bluetooth keyboard, and I can play other games with the Bluetooth keyboard, and and everything, you know. So yeah. And then I had to help my next door neighbour today because she couldn't use her phone, so I made sure she's got a second hand in good condition charger, because I said once they become second hand I give them away for free and don't expect them back unless they are like fully brand new recharges. And when I've got the money, I'm going to get some more spare chargers from Apple, from the Apple store, and I've got to get a new iPad, and I'm going to chuck the other iPad in the bin because I don't really want the other iPad. And I'm thinking I may have to get a prepaid iPad or an iPad on a plan. Don't know how I'm going to afford that. I do not know how, but I have to figure that out. I have to ask questions. If I get a plan, I'll either be charged for using extra data, or the data speed will greatly reduce until I pay my monthly plan bill, you know. But I guess I'll see what happens. I also want to find out if the new iPads can tether as a Wi-Fi connection to the iPhone, so that way I can use Wi-Fi, or I can use the iPad tethered to my phone. So then my phone or maybe the iPad could become the Wi-Fi hotspot. I have to look into that a little bit more. Definitely. So,
Messages.
with all that said and done, I'm going to play stupid games. I can't wait till my Braille Bible shows up. I'm going to be mucking around, reading through it, everything. I'm getting the New Testament, but I'm eventually going to get the Old Testament. Eventually. It is going to be, for the entire Old Testament will be like $600. I'm thinking maybe I should pay for it all at once, outright. I was going to pay for it one book at a time, but maybe I'm better off paying for the entire Old Testament all at one time. Maybe. I have to think it through. Because I also have to get a large bookshelf. A large bookshelf, and I'll figure that out. I know I can't get it for the next 3 weeks because of money and topping up my Afterpay card service, which is all I can say. But everyone reckons I'm stupid for doing it, but I'm like, no, it's not stupid. If I didn't have an Afterpay service, I wouldn't be paying for anything, ever. So anyway, people can think whatever they want. It's like having a money loan. So you get loaned $1,000 or $2,000, and every time you use some of that loan, you've got to pay it all off, pay it back, and then you get your $2,000 balance again. You know, yeah, it traps you, you've got to be careful, but that's what happens, you know, when you need to afford stuff. You've got to keep a credit balance on you at all times, and just don't go in debt. Don't go in debt. The Afterpay service can't even go into debt anyway, because once it goes below $1,000, it just stops working. It can't go into debt. It can, you get an interest fee to pay every day, so the longer you don't pay off the card, the more interest fees you get, but that's not just the actual card going into debt. The card literally cannot go in debt. You can't pay more than $1,000 off some of these Afterpay cards. Obviously, if you've got a credit card, yeah, you can get a negative banking score. Yeah, have to be careful with that, you know. I'm going to be really stupid.
Messages. Notes.
And play stupid games.
Dock. Mail. Safari. Safari. Toolbar. Share. Button. Forward. Dim. Page menu. Close. Toolbar. Forward. Dim. Back. Close.
What? Oh, what's wrong with this fucking phone? Hang on. Let me see what's going on with it.
Messages. Dock. Safari. 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 Toolbar. Show bookmarks. Show bookmarks. Show bookmark. Toolbar. Large print. Store. Jets. Braille House. Gacha Pets. A Pet Collection and Battle.
Yes,
Digital
we're
Hokum.
going in
Link.
there.
Image. Gacha Pets. About. Product. Guide. For. Discord. Leaderboard. Terms of use. Play. Link. Play. Link. Username. Text. Image. Sign into. Fill password. Button. Face ID authenticated. User 1.
Okay.
Welcome to Gacha Pets. Attention all. By playing Gacha Pets, you agree to our terms of
my
use.
Keyboard?
Toolbar. Tabs. Characters. Vertical button. Formed links. Formed back button. Toggle activity log. Toggle active amber. 0 close button. Links. Headings. 97 90 links. Form control level 30 97 close button. Enter a command. Text field.
Okay.
Insertion point at end. Enter a common.
I'm just typing with my Bluetooth keyboard. I'm glad I found the Apple Magic
Command.
keyboard today.
Welcome to the daycare. Please enter a command. Enter a command. Your male Lino is still out at the endless dungeon. It has fought in 334 battles so far. Your pet will run out of stamina in about 3 hours and 6 minutes. The daycare staff left a message. Enter a command. Stamina. Enter a command. One stamina potion has been stocked. Stamina. You cannot have that many items stocked at the moment. You can only stock up to. Enter a command. Enter a command. Your main method is still out at the end. Enter a command. Stamina. One stamina potion. Enter a command. Stamina. You cannot have that many items stocked at. Enter a command. Enter a command. Your main Lino set. Enter a command. Stamina. One stamina potion has been stocked. You have the following items stocked. Enter a command. Stamina. You cannot have that many items stocked at the moment. Enter a command. Enter a command. Your main Lino set. Enter a command. Stamina. Enter a command. You cannot have that many items stocked at the moment. You can only stock up to 4. No. There is no exact match for stamination. Which command did you say? 1. Select step. Enter a command. A command. Okay. You may stock stamina. Enter a command. Enter a command. Your main Zephyr is still out at the. Enter a command. Stamina. Stamina. T. You cannot have that many items stocked at the moment. You enter a command. Enter a command. Your female leopard is still out at the endless dungeon. Enter a command. Stamina. One stamina potion. Enter a command. Stamina. You cannot have that many items. Enter a command. Enter a command. Your female ranger. Enter a command. Stamina. One stamina potion have been stocked. You have the following items stocked. 4 stamina potion. You may stock stamina potions and food for your pet in the store. Type stock item name to leave an item. Type take item name to take an item. Type cancel to pick up your pet. Type status to get pet status and store info. Type a store number to switch to that store.
Get as high a rank as possible so I can get lots and lots of money, which is in the form of actual points, not points in this game. You get a daily amount of extra coins and you get more of them the higher the rank of the game. That's the only thing I like about this game. And also when the premium goes down, so on the top.
Enter a command.
Now and then,
You may stock stamina potions and food for your pet in the store. Type stock item name to leave an item. Type take item name to take an item. Type cancel to pick up your pet. Type status to get pet status and store info. Type a store number to switch to that store. Enter a command. Enter a command. Your female rainbow serpent is still out at the endless dungeon. It has fought in 374 Enter a command. A command. It's time to pick up female rainbow serpent. Female rainbow serpent. Enter a command. Enter a command. Let's check out store 6. The daycare staff. Enter a command. Female. Rainbow. NT. Female. Female rainbow serpent has been left at the store. Where would you like the daycare? Enter a command. Enter a command. Enter a command. Female rainbow serpent will be taken out to level 1 of. Enter a command. Enter a command. Your female leopard is still out at the endless dungeon. Enter a command. A command. It's time to pick up female leopard. Enter a command. Let's check. Enter a command. Female. A. Space. Female. No. Female leopard has been left at the store. Enter a command. Enter a command. Enter a command. Enter a command. Female leopard will be taken out to level 1 of the endless dungeon. Enter a command. Enter a command. Your male Zephyr is still out of the endless dungeon. It has fought in 41 battles so far. Your pet will run out of stamina in about 5 hours and 4. Enter a command. Enter a command. Your male rainbow serpent is still out of the endless dungeon. It has fought in 37 battles so far. Your pet will run out of stamina in about 3 hours and 35 minutes. Enter a command. Enter a command. Your male leopard is still out of the endless dungeon. It has fought in 377 battles so far. Your pet will run out of stamina. Enter a command. Enter a command. Your male rainbow serpent is still out of the endless dungeon. It has fought in 37 battles so far. Your pet. Enter a command. Your male leopard is still out of. Enter a command. A command. Enter. It's time. Enter a command. Enter a command. Male. Male leopard has been. Enter a command. Enter a command. Enter a command. Enter a command. Male leopard will be taken out to level 1 of the endless dungeon. Enter a command. Enter a command. Your male Lino is still out of the endless. Enter a command. A command. It's time to pick up male Lino. Enter a command. A command.
okay.
You have left the daycare. Attention all trainers. Lucas has close button. Enter a command. Text field. Insertion point at end. Enter a command. List. And here are your elixir items. 56 elixirs of the fighter. Enter a command. 56. Elixir. HT. Fighter. 2. 18 elixirs of the road. Enter a common. Get. 18. Elixir. Road. Mail. Give 18 elixir of the road. Main lever drank 18 elixir of the road. Main lever has gained. Enter a common. A command. Enter a common. List. Map. Here are your elixir items. 25 elixirs of the map. Enter a common. Get. 25. Elixir. The. Monk. 2. Mail. Give 25 elixir. Main lever drank 25 elixir of the map. Main lever has gained 50 strength and 50 intelligence. What next? Would you like to explore the endless forest? Enter a common. List. Map. Here are your elixir items. 41 elixirs of the ruler. Enter a common. Give. 41. Elixir. Ruler. 2. Mail. Give 41 elixir of the main lever drank 41 elixir of the ruler. Main lever has gained 82 strength and 82 speed. What? Enter a common. List. Map. Here are your elixir items. 60 elixirs of the mage. 77 elixirs of the guardian. 60 elixirs. Enter a common. Give. 77. Elixir. Guardian. 2. Mail. Give 77 elixir of the guard. Main lever drank. Enter a common. List. Map. Here are your elixir items. 60 elixirs of the mage. Enter a common. Go. 60. Elixir. Mage. 2. Mail. Give 60 elixir of the air. Main lever drank 60. Enter a common. List. Map. Here are your elixir items. 60 elixirs of the assassin. Enter a common. Go. 60. Elixir. Assassin. 2. Mail. Give 60 elixir of the assassin. Main lever drank 60 elixir. Enter a common. List. Map. Here are your elixir items. 93 elixirs of speed. 200. Enter a common. Go. 93. Elixir. Speed. 2. Mail. Give 93 elixir of SP. Main lever drank 93 elixir of list. Map. Here are your elixir items. 277 elixirs of. Enter a common. Go. 277. Enter a common. There is no exact match for 270. A command. Okay. Enter a common. List. Map. Here are your elixir items. 277 elixirs of vitality. Enter a common. Go. 277. Elixir. Vitality. 2. Mail. Give 277 elixir of vitality. Main lever drank 277 elixir of vitality. Main lever has been with. Enter a common. List. Map. Here are your elixir items. 55 elixirs of intelligence. Enter a common. Go. 55. Elixir. Intelligence. 2. A. Mail. Give 55 elixir of intellect. Enter a common. List. Map. Here are your elixir items. 280 elixirs of. Enter a common. Go. 280. Elixir. Spread. 2. Mail. Give 280. Main lever drank 280. List. Map. Here are your elixir items. 112 elixirs of defense. Enter a common. Go. 112. Elixir. Defense. 2. Mail. Give 112 elixir. There was no exact match for 112. Cannon. Enter a common. Evangel. Yes. Okay. Go. 112. Elixir. Defense. 2. Mail. Give 112 elixir. There was no exact match for 112 elixir of defense to mail lever. Which command did you say? 1. Give elixir of defense to mail lever. Enter a common. Enter a command. You can give more than 1 elixir of defense to mail lever. How many elixir of defense would you like to give mail lever? You have 112. Enter a common. Or a command. Mail lever. Enter a common. A command. Okay. Enter a common. List. R. Now. You don't have any elixir items. What next? Would you like to fight in the arena? Delve into the mines or craft potions at the apothecary. Enter a common. A command. Let's get to the arena. Enter a common. There. Command. Melina is looking a little down. You should send Melina to the spa to relax or feed them some yummy food to cheer up. You have entered the arena with Melina. You contested this scooter by a car with a female terror. Would you like to use the dress? Type yes or options. Mail. Command. Menu to eat 1 salmon fillet. Enter a comment. A command. Attention all trainers. Lucan has been a command. Let's get to the arena. Mail. Command. You have entered. Enter a comment. Tower command. Million life damage. Female score is down to -1 million 3. Enter a comment. A command. Enter a comment. Let's get to the tower command. Enter a comment. Tower command. Remaining belief sunset. Enter a comment. Tower command. Enter a comment. Let's enter a comment. Tower command. Enter a comment. You have entered the tower command. Enter a comment. Tower command. Enter in B. What next? A command. Enter a comment. Let go. Tower command. Female study use block connoisseur and deal for 153,752 pounds. Female study is up to 107,007. Enter a comment. Tower command. Enter a tower command. Female study enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a command. Female study use block connoisseur and deal for 157,000. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Tower command. Command. In B. What next? Enter a comment. A command. Let's get to the arena. Would you like to enter the arena with Melio? Type yes or type enter a comment. Tower command. You have entered the arena with Melio. You can enter a comment. Enter a comment. Tower command. Your Melio. Enter a comment. Let's get to the arena. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. You have entered the arena. Tower command. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. You have tower command. Tower command. In B. What next? With a command. Let's get to the arena. Would you like to enter the arena with enter a comment? Tower command. You have entered the arena with Melio. Your contestant is being with a level 196 Melio. Melio has to enter a comment. Enter a comment. Tower command. In B. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Tower command. You have entered the arena with Melio. Your contestant is Zephyr with a level 147 female Zephyr. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Your Melio used sunspot. A command. There is no exact enter arena. Which command did he say? One. Select R. Enter a comment. A command. Enter. Okay. Tower command. Enter a comment. A command. There is no enter a comment. A command. Enter a comment. Okay. Enter a comment. Tower command. Your Melio used sunspot on female Zephyr and Zephyr. Enter a comment. Tower command. Your Melio used sunspot on male Lugian Zephyr 1.6 life damage. Male Lugian is down to -1 million 500. Enter a comment. Your contestant is moving 35 with a level 64 female average. Enter a comment. Tower command. Melina has been blinded. Much female average is considered on Melina. Enter a comment. Tower command. Enter a comment. A command. Enter a comment. Tower command. You have entered the arena with Melina. Your contestant is agreeable obliterator 971 with an enter a comment. Enter a comment. Tower command. Your Melina used sunspot on male soul and hit for 1.4 million life damage. Enter a comment. A command. Let's get to the arena. Enter a comment. Tower command. Enter a comment. Tower command. Enter a comment. Tower command. In B. Enter a comment. Nah. A command. Let's get to the arena. Tower command. You have entered the arena with Melina. Your contestant is Wilson with a level 80 male case. Melina, enter a comment. Tower command. In B. Enter a comment. Nah. A command. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. You tower command. Your Melina used sun. Enter a comment. Tower command. In B. What next? Would you like to delve into the mines? Fight in the arena or visit the farm?
Do multiple hits on them because they send out helper opponents. Some of them send out helper elements and some of them send out
Enter a comment. Okay. No. A command. Let's get to the arena. Would you like to enter the enter a comment? Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a command. Enter a comment. Nah. A command. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Your arena. A command. Let's get to the arena. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. A command. Let's get to the arena. Would you like to enter a comment? Enter a command. You enter the arena with Melina. Contestant is with 179 female left. Would you like enter a comment? Enter a comment. Your Melina used sun. Let's enter a comment. Enter a command. You have entered the arena with Melina. Contestant is being level 210 male fresh. Enter a comment. A command. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a command. Your Melina used sunspot on male view. Enter a comment. A command. Enter a comment. Enter a command. You have entered the arena with Melina. Your contestant is Pixie with a level 150 male view. Enter a comment. Enter a command. Enter a comment. Your Melina used sunspot. Let's enter the arena. Enter a comment. Enter a command. Enter a. You have entered the arena. Your Melina used sunspot on female winter hit for 184,338 life damage. Female winter is down to -62,388 pounds. Your Melina used radiating light appeal for 58,398 pounds. Melina is up to 3 million. You have one people against all of this female winter. You have been 65 minutes. Attention all things. Lucan has been some. Enter a comment. A command. Would you like to enter the arena? Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a command. Enter a comment. A command. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a command. Your Melina used sunspot. Enter a comment. Enter a command. In B. What next? Would you like to explore the endless forest? Enter the endless dungeon or drop off a pet at the daycare. Timeless places to hear everywhere you can go.
So when you're in the arena,
Terror command. Let's get to the arena. Cassie. Enter a comment. Terror command. You have entered the arena with menu. Enter a comment. Terror command. Your mail email used. Enter a comment. Terror command. Your mail email used sunspot on female Clara with 1.6 million light damage. Female Clara is down to minus 1,613,706 health. Your mail email used radiating light and healed for 516,217 health. Mail email is up to 2.5 million health. You have won the battle against Germany's female Clara. You have 68 minutes. Eventual drinks. Even has been seen as enter a comment. Enter a comment. Terror command. Terror command. Enter a comment. A command. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Terror command. Indeed. Enter a comment. Nah. A command. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Indeed. Indeed. What next? Would you like a command? Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Terror command. Indeed. Enter a comment. A command. Enter a comment. Terror command. Your name used. Enter a comment. A command. Enter a. Let's get it. Enter a comment. Terror command. Indeed. Enter a comment. Nah. A command. Enter a comment. Let's get it. Terror command. You have entered the arena with mail. You contested. Enter a comment. Terror command. Your mail email used. Enter a comment. A command. Enter a comment. Let's get. Enter a comment. You have entered the terror command. Mail email has done. Let's get to the arena. Enter a comment. Terror command. You have entered the arena with mail. Your contestant is now justice with a level 70 against you. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Indeed. Terror command. Enter. Indeed. Nah. A command. Enter a comment. Terror. Enter a comment. Terror command. Your mail email used sunspot. Enter a comment. Terror command. Indeed. What next? Would you like to explore the endless forest? Enter the endless dungeon or drop off a pet at the daycare. Timeless places to hear everywhere you can go.
Is to increase the strength elixirs 200 at a time, please. Actually, let's go to the auction house.
Enter a comment. Auction. Pass. ND. Enter a comment. Buy. Elixir. Oh. Spread. Buy. Okay, let's look at the market. There are 503 elixirs of strength available on the market. The average unit price is 160,570 gacha coins. Enter a comment. Terror command. All right, let's buy 50. How many gacha coins would you like to buy each elixir of strength for? Enter a comment. Terror command. All right, 150,000 gacha coins it is. Enter a comment. Terror command. You buy one for 50 elixir of strength. Enter a comment. A command. You have left the auction house. Enter a comment. Post. Man. Welcome to the post office. Enter a comment. Terror command. Let's take a look at your mailbox. New message from auction house. We have filled your order for 50 elixirs of strength from Pretty Girl Blossom Forge. Enter a comment. A command. You have left. Enter a comment. Go. 50. Elixir. Oh. Strength. 2. Male.
Now,
Give 50 elixir of strength. Mail email rank 50 elixir of strength. Enter a comment. L. A command. Okay. What next? Would you like to explore the endless forest? Delve into the mines and go fishing at the docks.
strength won't affect intelligence, but it will affect like an awful lot. So if you wanted to get rid of a stone enemy, a lot of intelligence will do a lot of damage, but it needs to be strong enough to do a really rough, hard hit.
Enter a comment. A command. Enter a comment. No. Command. Enter a. You have entered the. Enter a comment. Indeed. What? Enter a comment. A command. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Terror. Your mail email used some spell on there. Enter a comment. A command. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Terror. Enter a. You have terror command. Mail body has gained the blessing of Mantella. Enter a comment. A command. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Terror command. Indeed. What? Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Enter a comment. Terror command. Your mail email used some. Enter a comment. A command. There was no exact map. Enter a comment. Indeed. Which command? Enter a comment. Indeed. Which command? Enter a comment. Terror. Enter a comment. Terror. Your mail email used some. Enter a comment. Terror command. Indeed. What next? Would you enter a comment?
God, that pet was psychopathic and crazy.
A command. Enter a comment. Terror command. Enter a comment. Command. Your mail email used picture and heal for 8.8 million health. Mail email is up to 4 million. Enter a comment. Terror command. Enter. Indeed. Terror command. Indeed. What next? Enter a comment. Nah. A command. Let's get to the arena. Enter a comment. Terror command. You have entered the arena with enter a combat. Command. Your main hero used tincture and heal for 5.2 million health. Your main hero used the press on rare union for 18.4 million shadow damage. Main union is down to minus 18 million to 61,457. Enter a combat. Let's get to the arena. Would you like to enter the arena with me? Type yes or type next name. Type this next if you want. Type cancel if you would like to cancel starting this activity. Enter a combat. Enter a combat. You have enter a combat. Turn a command. Indeed. What? Enter a command. Nah. Enter a command. Enter a command. Your main catch indeed. Nah. A command. Enter a command. Turn a command. Indeed. What next? Would you like enter a command? Enter a command. Turn enter a command. Indeed. Enter a indeed. Nah. Enter a command. Turn indeed. Catchy. Indeed. What next? Would you like a command? Let's get enter a command. Indeed. Enter a command. Nah. Aaron. Turn a command. Your main hero used Sunspot on male Scorchy and did for 1.3 million light damage. Male Scorchy is down to minus 1 million 100. Enter a command. Aaron. Turn a command. Enter a command. Turn a command. Enter a command. Your main hero used indeed. Enter a command. Nah. Enter a command. Turn a command. Indeed. Enter a command. Nah. A command. Enter a command. Turn a command. Enter a command. Turn a command. Indeed. Enter a command. A command. Enter a let's get to the catchy. You have entered the open. Command. Enter a command. Single. Command. Indeed. What? Enter a command. Nah. A command. Enter a command. Catchy. You have entered the open. Command. Enter a command. Your main hero used tincture and your main hero used some. Your main hero used some. Enter a command. Turn a command. Your main hero used some spot on Chico and did a command. There was no exact match for a reason. Which command? Enter a command. Yes. Okay. You like to use the command. Enter a command. Nah. A command. Let's get to the arena. Enter a command. Your main hero used turn a command. Your main hero used some spot on enter a command. Let's get to the arena. Enter a command. Turn a command. Your main hero used I see operation is now to minus 1,599,796 health. Your main hero used radiating light heal for 513,612 health. Main hero is 40 million health. Main hero is up next. Would you like to use the press? Enter a command. Turn a command. Your main hero used some enter a command. Turn a command. Your main hero used some indeed. Enter a command. Nah.
See how fights get harder and harder and harder and
A command.
harder?
Enter a command.
Eventually,
Turn a command. Indeed. What next? Would you like enter a command? Ah. Enter a command. Your main hero used indeed. Enter a command. Enter a command. Turn a command. Your main hero used enter a command. Catchy. Indeed. What next? Would you Turn a command. Enter a command. Nah. Turn a command. Indeed. Enter a command. Nah. Turn a command. Your main hero used some spot on female Terran hit for 1.4 million light damage. Female Terran is down to minus 1,134,979 health. Your main hero used radiating light and heal for 438,048 health. Main hero is up to 2.5 million health. You have won the battle against Roger's female Terran. You are currently on 106 minutes score. Attention all players. Lupin has been summoned at the summoning shrine. What next? Would you like to enter the first dungeon? Enter a command. Turn a command. Indeed. Enter a command. Turn a command. Indeed. Enter a how? Much. You have 311,196 energy left. 3,882 energy out of your maximum of 3,009. Enter a command. Enter. A command. Let's get to the arena. Would you like to enter the arena with Melino? Type yes or enter a command. Nah. Enter. Your Melino used Sunspot on Male Union. Indeed. What next? Turn a command. Indeed. Enter a command. Nah. Turn. Enter. Your Melino used Sunspot on Male. Cap. Indeed. Nah. Indeed. What next? Would you Turn. Indeed. What next? Enter a command. A. Turn. Indeed. Enter a command. Nah. Enter. Let's get to the arena. Turn a command. You have entered the arena with Melino. Your contestant is Taha with a level 71 female win. Enter a command. Melino used Sunspot. Enter a command. Your Melino used Sunspot on female win defendant. Let's enter a command. Turn a command. You have entered the arena with Melino. Your contestant is Lotus with a level 80 male case. Enter a command. A command. You have entered the arena with Melino. Your contestant is Shadow Weather with a level 80 female Santa Claus. Enter a command. Turn a command. Your Melino used. Enter a command. Turn a command. Indeed. Enter a command. Indeed. What next? Would you like enter? A command. Let's enter a command. Indeed. What next? A command. Let's get to the arena. Would you like to turn a command? You have entered the arena with Melino. Your contestant is Ultimate Video G with a level 138 male gold. Enter a command. Turn a command. Indeed. Enter a command. A command. Enter a command. Turn a command. You have entered the arena with Melino. Your contestant is Fair with a level 140 male. Enter a command. Indeed. What next? Would you like to enter the Endless Dungeon, explore the Endless Forest, or visit the farm? Type list places to hear everywhere you can go. Ah. Turn a command. Indeed. Enter a common. Nah. Rima. Enter a command. Let's get to the enter a command. Indeed. What next? Would you like to fight in the arena, explore the Endless Forest, or cook some food? Enter a command. Ah. Turn a command. You have entered the arena with Melina. You contested as Harry Potter with a level 132 female. Enter a command. Turn a command. Your Melina used sunspot on female hero and did for 1.6 million life damage. Female hero is down to minus 1,520,906 health. You may need to use radiated light heal for 521,485 health. Melina is up to 2.5 million health. Your speed has worn off from Melina. You have won the battle against Harry Potter's female hero. You're currently in a 127 minute sprint. Attention all players. Weapons being summoned at the summoning shrine. Next. Would you like to enter a command? Turn a indeed. What next? Would you like to fight in the arena, enter the Endless Dungeon, or cook some food in the kitchen?